Today I'm gonna be talking about outsourcing and should you outsource and when you should outsource, because I see a lot of people who start building a lead generation agency, so they hit me up on social media or maybe they're already working with us and they're like, yo Levi, I suck at sales, should I outsource sales? Or yo Levi, I'm not comfortable like copywriting, I don't like it that much, should I outsource copywriting? And today I'm gonna be pretty much covering that because I think there's really important nuance to understand in outsourcing. So a really general situation that I see that there's a B2B lead generation agency owner and he looks like this. So what they do is they have few of these different skill sets that they need to do. So they have sales, copywriting, inbox management, and they have a bunch of other skills that they need to do, like let's say lead scrape. So they need to scrape leads for the email campaign. And these are all skill meters. So we have a skill level here and this is the amount of skill they do have. If they are here with their skill, they are an expert, and here they are a beginner. This goes for every agency, but of course I see this with lead generation agents the most is they start with it and they, for example, start doing sales. So they start hopping on calls, doing discovery, doing closing, etc. And they of course are learning a bit, but it gets hard. Of course it gets hard because it's a new skill that you're learning and it's a new thing and you're also having to learn all of these other skills at the same time. So they're doing sales and let's say that after 2 months they're like, I'm having a really hard time closing. I really can't figure out how to close at over 20%, or I don't know how to handle objections and it's really uncomfortable and I don't know how to qualify the customers really well. So instead of them just working on developing this skill and becoming better so they would be able to do that, is what they do is they hire a closer and let's say they are this good. So they are not an expert, but they are really good closers. They are able to close, handle objections, they understand the industry service, etc. So they have their sales in check. So what happens is their sales skills, they are in check and now they don't need to do any more sales. So their sales skills disappear completely. And then they focus on learning other skills. So they learn to do some copywriting and they learn to do some inbox management and they learn to do some lead scraping. Like here, let's say that in this example, this guy is, everything is going super smoothly. He has really vital metrics in his business and really vital components on his business in check. He knows how to do it himself pretty well. But a big problem here is that he has zero control of sales. Like let's say that the sales guy completely leaves. Let's say that he goes to a different opportunity. Boom. He loses his sales completely. He has no sales ability on his business. First of all, this can of course become expensive if for 2, 3, 4 weeks you don't have a sales guy, because then all the calls that you're gonna take, you're just gonna fucking lose them if you don't know how to sell yourself. Second thing, if you don't know how to sell yourself, like of course, it's totally understandable. It's not sustainable for you to always be on calls. As you scale, as you build a team, as you focus on more high level stuff, of course you wanna outsource sales at some point. But you first need to learn sales yourself. You need to first build your own skill set, not maybe to completely an expert, but you need to be a really good in sales. Because if you have a sales closer and they are equally as good as you, or if they are even better than you, you're gonna have a really hard time actually talking them, actually coaching them, having authority and having frame over them. They're just gonna tell you that, yeah, this prospect wasn't closable or you can't handle this objection. And there's really nothing you can do because first of all, you don't know. And second of all, even if you know that, okay, that's not true, you have no status delta. You have no altitude with your sales guy. You have no frame because he knows that you can't sell. So it's gonna just tell you like, fuck off. You don't know shit. Just like, let me do my thing. So you're pretty much gonna be completely out of one of the most important parts of your business, which is sales. And this goes for everything, for marketing, for lead scraping, for service delivery. Let's say that you always white label your service delivery. You are not extremely confident on service delivery. So coming up with email campaigns, scraping leads, doing inbox management, all those things. Let's say that you completely white label this thing. You hire it to someone else. Like, yeah, you can do some really good arbitrage business there. You can make some money with it. But again, if you completely outsource this part of the business, you have zero control on it. You can't do anything if the service delivery goes bad. Let's say that you have 15 clients or 10 clients or 5 clients and your white label partner disappears. And suddenly you have no one doing the service delivery. Then you have to start doing it yourself, but because you haven't been doing it, you suck at it. So your business is just gonna crash. So the thing that I'm just trying to explain here is before outsourcing any skill, you need to learn it yourself, especially in the beginning. Of course, later on in your journey, let's say you scale to 50K or 100K a month, and then you need to build some kind of a software solution, like a custom software solution for your business for it to work really smooth. Of course, that doesn't mean that you should learn how to code Python. That just doesn't fucking make sense. At that point, you already know what you should be doing and you know already how to hire and all that stuff. The main thing is that in the beginning, you shouldn't try to solve crucial skill problems by outsourcing someone who already has that skill. It doesn't make sense for you to, let's say you suck at sales. That's a skill issue. And that's a really fundamental skill issue. You're gonna need that skill for the rest of your business career. So it doesn't make sense for you to take the short route. I don't know how to do this, so instead of me learning it, I'll just hire someone to do sales for me. It's such a crucial thing in your business that if the sales guy disappears, you're gonna be screwed because you don't know how to do sales. And let's say that you have a client and you want to help them with their sales process. Like, there's really not that much things that you can do because you don't know how to sell yourself. It doesn't mean that you should always be selling. This just means that you need to acquire the skill set to a certain degree before you start outsourcing it. Second thing to take into consideration, again, you are this dude here. So for you to actually run a good business with a good sales guy and good fulfillment team, let's say you have one marketing manager running your marketing activities, doing your content, etc. For you to actually have 3 key players who can scale the business, you have to have a lot of money. A good closer is like 5 to 10 G's a month. A good fulfillment team, that should be at least 10K a month. A good marketer, again, like at least 5 to 10K a month. Like, that's not the thing that you can do in the beginning. Like, you first need to acquire those skills because you can't even afford to outsource them before you're doing multiple 6 figures a year. So yeah, this is just something that I wanted to talk about because I see a lot of people asking me if they should outsource something because they don't know how to do it. Or like, a common thing is someone asking me, I don't speak good English, so should I just outsource my sales to someone who speaks good English? No, just fucking learn to speak better English, because the chances are that you're gonna need the ability to speak English later on in your life. So now is the perfect time to learn when your business isn't as huge. I would 1,000 times rather learn how to speak English when I'm at 2K a month than when I'm at 200K a month. Because if you are at 200K a month and you suddenly need to start learning English, you're gonna be a bit more busy, plus the stakes are gonna be a bit bigger. So yeah, this is just something that I wanted to talk about. Don't start outsourcing too early if you don't know how to do the task yourself, or if you can't afford to hire actual key players and you know what you're doing. But when you're doing like 50 to 100K a month, your mindset and your knowledge approaching hiring and building a team is going to be completely different. This video is more aimed at the beginners that are doing like 0 to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20K a month. Also, if you're looking to build a lead generation agency to 10K a month in the next 90 days, go check agentsvelocity.io. That's our consulting company. We pretty much work with you, scale your agency, get you to 10K a month. We help you with niche, offer, landing pages, sales letters, fulfillment, sales, all of that stuff. So you don't need to start outsourcing that stuff. You can just learn it from us because we already know how to do it. Amazing. Go check that out as well. If you like it, book a call. Maybe we are able to work together. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a like, drop me a dislike, write me a comment telling me if you liked it or not, giving me some feedback. Peace out. I'll see you on the next video.